Boston is about to get a whole lot brighter. In just a couple of days, Boston Caribbean Fashion Week will celebrate its 10th anniversary, cementing it as one of the city's longest-running Fashion Week events. The four-day festival of fashion and beauty kicks off on Wednesday night and will highlight designers and artists from across New England. Now, for more on what's coming up is the founder and executive producer of the Fashion Week, Althea Blackford, joining me now, and Boston-based makeup artist Alexia J, who's being honored at this year's event. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Althea, let's talk about this event for folks who may not know, but, I'm sure, as we just seen from the photos, it's going to be amazing.
Yes, it's 10 years in the works and 10 years in the making. And, we're all about, for Boston Caribbean Fashion Week, beauty, culture, fashion, and style. That is our four pillars. So it's all about showcasing those pillars in one way or another through our events. And when folks do come to our events, they have a great time. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about this. We want more. I'm just like, thanks, tell more and bring 5 more people. Come on through. It's a good time. It's all about that good vibes. We're bringing that whole Caribbean culture that when you go to a Caribbean destination, you're like, I love it here. We're bringing that to Boston through a fashion week.
And this year's theme is celebrating, this work, this labor of love that's lasted for a decade in the city.
Yes, it's been a labor of love. It's a short way of saying it, but yes, I've been pouring through all these years, and it just started literally with just an idea, and it was just like one of those what if. And it was on the level of, well, I can do it and I can check it off, and if it doesn't work, well, I can say at least I attempted to make a fashion week and go from there. But for all the years, I was always behind the scenes and producing other folks' fashion shows, and folks were like, you're good, you should do something on your own. And I was saying not before the time, and was doing other things along the way, and then had my little thought moment of like, hey, what if I do a fashion show? But I had all these different elements, and then I was like, well, that doesn't sound like a fashion show. That sounds like a full fashion week. And the journey started from there. And I'm like, at the same time too, I wanted to embrace and highlight my Caribbean heritage as well too. So what better way to do that? Because you don't find that so much here in the Boston area. So it's just a wonderful way of just like celebrating kind of what we do have a Caribbean community here in Boston. So I wanted to bring something different and special. And what better way to do that through fashion?
And Alexia, you were receiving an award at this event, yes. Which, you said you were a little nervous. You like to be behind the scenes. But I'm sure you've worked other fashion shows, yes. Fashion weeks. What makes this one different than, say, something else you may have done or been a part of?
You know how it is in New York Fashion Week or LA Fashion Week. It's a little bit more pretentious, where I feel like Althea brings more of like a community-based feel to it. So that's one thing I enjoy about it. And obviously at the ICA, it's always a good time no matter what. I think the energy in the room is always just amazing. So honestly, that's the difference for me.
Yeah. And talk to me about your journey as a makeup artist and then doing, these fashion shows, because it's probably different than, when my feeble attempts at, being presented for the camera.
Well, I've been doing makeup for about 10 years now. So it's been a while. I'm Boston based. And I work out of a spa now. I have a space in a spa where we do all skincare and anything to do with skin. So makeup was fitting to be there. But over the years, I've done fashion, I've done editorial. I still do editorial work. And it's enjoyable. I think it's evolved. The fashion industry has evolved so much that now it's a little bit more comfortable, especially for women of color in this industry. And I've seen that from just being in the industry for over 10 years, because I was in fashion before. But doing makeup specifically, it's just different now, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, well, Althea, talk to me about the inclusivity piece, because a lot of times these Caribbean designers don't always get the platform and the space that they do during the Caribbean Fashion Week here in the city. Yes,
that was one of the things, and take it back even further. There's a lot of designers that are here in the U.S. And they may have Caribbean ties, or they are West Indian in some form or another, but they don't brand themselves as that, because that's very locking you in a niche, and you won't get anywhere from there, because from an American point of view, If you say you're Caribbean, well, that means resort wear, and there's that. And it's like, but there's more to that one person, and they have their own point of view. And we want to celebrate that. So therefore, yes, you may be from the Caribbean, but we want to see like your minimalistic style. We want to see the colors. We want to see the whole range that you actually provide. And that is a great platform that we provide. And it's amazing how Caribbean designers are like, I feel like I get to celebrate me while I get to showcase what I can do, because I know that I'm not just one thing. I'm more than one thing, but at least with this platform, I can do it all.
How has the show evolved over the last decade?
Well, it started off simple and learning along the way, because it was there's no real handbook of like how to do a fashion week.
Right.
So you learn along the way of the bumps and bruises of like what not to do and what to do along the way. And the production value has gotten tighter over the years. I have an amazing team that like we get it done. We have our constant morning group chat texts and everything. So we're like, how are we doing? What's going on? What we need to take care of, and especially as we get closer to the days of just like making sure like we're on point. What's happening? Is everybody comfortable with what they need to do? Does everybody need to know what they need to do and be on it? So our production value has really strengthened over the years, and we're all about producing a solid product.
Alexia, what's your favorite part about being a part of this show?
Oh man,
Or week, I guess. Week of
Yeah, the
events,
week,
right?
right?
Not just show, week of events.
In the past, I've created clothing out of hair. We've done makeup. We've done the virtual where we did makeup in a Caribbean fashion. So everybody kind of had their own inspiration, but I did a Caribbean theme. So I think the creativity part of it is really great, but also the creative freedom that Althea gives me when I am a part of the shows. So that's one of the things I really enjoy, is just having the creative freedom. Most of the times when you're on a set or an editorial shoot, they're telling you specifically what you need to do. Like, it's very specific, whereas when I work with Althea, it's just like, make the girls look good.
Just make them look good. That's all you need, right?
That's what you do. I see the craft that you can do. Have fun.
Yes.
I will give you some guidance of like what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah.
But from
Right.
there, it's just do you.
Right.
Have fun. I know it will be great. I know it will be amazing. Let's have some fun.
And that's what everyone should do when they come on out to the Fashion Week, right?
Exactly. This is all about if you have that outfit that you're like, I don't know where to wear it. It's this week. That's this week. That dress that you're like, where can I wear this? It's this week.
Yeah.
It's all these events. For our opening night, we have Tropical Chic is the theme, and that's our avant-garde design challenge, which the designers are creating looks that are tropical chic is the theme for them.
Yeah.
So we're asking all our attendees as well too to also wear your tropical chic. What does that mean? Define it for us. There's no wrong answer basically. So let's just have fun with it. But we're all about some good cocktail attire, and your fun festive outfits. Come with it. Bring it. We like to get dressed as a Caribbean culture and community and diaspora. We're all about the color. Why not celebrate it? Why not do it? So that dress that you're like, I don't know. Yes, bring it. Come on with it. Yeah, that thing you were looking at, put it on. Come on.
All right, don't threaten me with a good time. All right, ladies. Well, Althea Blackford and Alexia J, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.